Before this video starts, I just wanted to make a little announcement, and that is that, I'm a Minecraft partner now. Fairly recently, I joined up with Pixel Squared on the marketplace as a skin and texture artist, and I'm gonna start selling content in 2018. I'll talk about it more in detail in a later date, but just wanted to let you guys know, if you like the content that I make for Minecraft and would like to show me some monetary support, this is one of the ways that you can do it. And in case you're worried, it's just projects that I release under Pixel Squared that I'll be selling. Stuff like ItemBound and Haven are still going to be free to download. You may notice something very different about the mobs that are standing around me right now. After a month or so of some texturing and testing, I now have version 1.0 of my newest resource pack called the TransMobifier. And if you haven't seen my earlier update videos, essentially what this is a resource pack that allows you to customize the mobs in your world using name tags. And yes, as you might have guessed, this resource pack requires Optifine in order to work. Specifically the latest version of Optifine for Minecraft 1.12, at least at the time that I'm making this video. I want to give another big thank you to SP614X for all the work that he's been doing on the Optifine mod, and if you use Optifine quite regularly and you haven't already, please consider donating to him, because he honestly deserves it and you get a cool cape out of it as well. So in order to start customizing mobs, you're going to need a name tag. Then all you have to do is just put it on an anvil and rename it to the mob's name. And you'll notice when you do so, the name tag gets a little charm at the end that indicates what the mob is going to turn into. I've included a guide in the description that has lists of the different mob skins in this resource pack and the specific mobs that you can apply them to. Kicking off the showcase, we're going to start with the different pet skins that you can find in the TransMobifier. Now you might remember from the last video, I showed off an alternate dog that can be recolored using different kinds of dye. Well, since then I've added several other dog skins to the pack as well. If we come out here, you can see this dog has been retextured to look like a red fox. Over here we have a German Shepherd. And a Shiba Inu. And then over here we have 3 different Huskies in brown, gray, and black. Next up, I've got a ton of things for you cat lovers out there. Here are some alternate skins for Tuxedo cats. Here we have some gray and brown Tuxedo cats. And here we have a Calico cat. Somebody call Cassie Rose. I think she's lost Winslow. If you're a fan of Alice in Wonderland, I've added 2 Cheshire cats to the pack that come in pink and blue, and those can be made from a tabby cat. Back here I have a few more alternate tabby colors in brown, gray, and white. And over by the pond here I have some alternate skins for the Siamese cat that are just plain colored cats in white, black, brown, and gray. Now you might remember from my last video, I showed off a ton of custom parrots that come in the remaining colors of the dye spectrum. While keeping the colorful mobs rolling, I've also added a bunch of custom frogs that are made from rabbits. There's one regular green frog, there's a tree frog, and then a bunch of different colors of dart frogs. Now if we zoom in closely on the frog, you can see that I also created a custom head model for it, just to make it look a bit more accurate. You might remember that super secret mob that was teased for Minecon, the one that actually turned out to be a mock-up and wasn't going to be added to the game? Well, since Jeb said no, I said yes. I tried coming up with a design for an Ender Golem that's based off of that teased design from Minecon. It sort of looked like the mock-up used some Ender chest textures, so I tried to roll with that color scheme. Now unfortunately, I didn't really have time to make any sort of holiday update for any of my resource packs this year, what with the technical updates to ItemBound and then this resource pack and the work that I'm doing for the marketplace now. But I did want to throw a little something in just for the season, so I've added a few custom holiday mobs into this resource pack as well. The first of them is a gift golem. It's basically just an alternate iron golem that's made from a bunch of gift boxes that are just stuck together. The second is a giant snow golem that can also be made from an iron golem. And lastly, I made some Christmas light decorations for your llamas that are available in many different colors. Now I know what you're thinking. What if I want to give my mob a custom name? Well, I added in another feature that takes care of this. You might remember from ItemBound you could add different book covers to books by adding a little code at the end of the name. That same technique works here. All I have to do is add this little code at the end of the name, in this case LD50, and it'll still apply the custom texture while still keeping the llama's custom name. And that's just about everything that I wanted to show you. For the TransMobifier, that is. I also gave ItemBound a little bit of a visual update, but unlike most other updates, this one is best viewed with the lights off. The latest version of Optifine included a new feature called emissive textures. Basically what this does is it allows you to create textures that glow in the dark, and it works both with and without shaders. So as long as you're running the proper version of Optifine, you may notice some of your mobs and some of your items will actually glow in the dark from now on. I'm also going to be incorporating these features into the enhanced version of the Haven resource pack as well. Emissive textures are also coming to the Bedrock edition as well, with their graphics update that's coming this spring, so more than likely I'll be able to include these features in the Bedrock version of Haven as well, just something to keep an eye out for. And that's all I wanted to show you guys. I hope you have a lot of fun with this resource pack. I still have lots of ideas for stuff that I want to add to it. It's just gonna take some time because mob textures are a lot more time consuming to make than item textures, but we'll see where things go from here. I hope you guys have a fun and safe holiday season, and I look forward to making a lot more Minecraft content in 2018. Take care!